I'm a millionaire. Money by the cases. I ain't gotta chase it. Money's moving to me. I'm a millionaire. Money by the cases. I ain't gotta chase it.
Hey, 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 what's going on, beautiful people? Happy Monday to you all. Buenas noches, bienvenue, bon nuit. Welcome, bienvenidos. Bienvenue, everyone. Let me know who is here. Go ahead and comment. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from tonight. Let me know who is here, darling. Who is here with me tonight? Listen, I don't plan on being before you long, and I mean it this time. But I wanted to come here and share some nuggets with you all, especially as we are still celebrating and honoring the amazing legacy and dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I want to share some things with you all because I know that many of you dream of being able to create six figures, especially in the year 2021, but also being able to be fully all divine and feminine the way God created you to be. And so I want to share some of these thoughts and tips with you all. So if you are watching live, let me know who's here. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from tonight. And I'll go ahead and get started with my intro as I always do. My name is Sharita Leon. I went from being a homeless, disabled single mom to a two-time #1 best-selling author with books that were on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. I'm also a life, relationship, and business coach, an internet marketing strategist, entrepreneur, international speaker, and the protege of the legendary Les Brown, a forex trader and investor. And I empower my tribe to live their God-given purpose while creating wealth and have healthy relationships. I'm also a believer, and my faith is exuded in all that I do. So welcome, everybody. So tonight I want to talk to you on a couple of tips on how you, as a divine feminine woman that God has called you to be, how you can create six figures this year. What are some of those things? What does that look like, right? What does that look like to actually be able to create that type of lifestyle as a feminine woman? Now, it's very easy for some of us, especially if you are a strong, independent woman, like I've shared with you before, it's very easy to tap into your masculine to get things done. And quite honestly, I believe that, there are times when that is necessary, right? But tonight, I want to talk about the difference between what it looks like for a feminine woman to actually be able to go and create six figures. And know that I'm referring to this year because my intention is all about being able to help 20 women create six figures in 2021. Amen, somebody. So, one of the ways that you are able as a divine feminine woman, what does that even mean, first of all? Well, when I say divine feminine woman, meaning that God created us women to tap into our divine nature. We are divine, female, feminine women with that carry feminine energy. Now, both male and female have both. We have masculine energy and we have feminine energy, just like men have feminine energy and they have masculine energy, but they have more masculine energy for those that are more masculine, right? So, divine meaning how God has created and set us all up to be. The divine feminine woman who understands who she is, who taps into the power that God has given her, which is her femininity. That's a whole different video, but that is her superpower, if you will, is being the feminine woman, being able to exude a certain type of energy to create what she wants. And so, one of the ways that differs from how other people may move and get things done is that the divine feminine woman who wants to create six figures, she does that first of all by being able to, one, literally spiritually tap in. She taps in spiritually to who she is. See, there is a spiritual aspect of success, and then there's the natural aspect of success. Not saying that you do one and not the other. But when you're able to tap in first to the spiritual side of things, that's really where everything begins. Why is that? Well, God says that He has already given us all things that pertain unto life and godliness. So if God has already given us all things that pertain unto God, life and godliness, that means everything that we already want already exists. Everything that we want, that we desire, that we have been promised to have, it already exists. It all exists in the spiritual world. So it is for us to tap in spiritually to bring it down to the natural so that way we can actually manifest it. What does that actually look like? What does that look like? How does that work? Right? What do I do spiritually to manifest a six-figure business or career? Well, that looks like praying. That looks like praying for insight. It looks like praying for direction. It looks like praying for how to move about certain things, for the words to speak to certain people. It looks like being able to sit and hear. See, a lot of times, especially in the church world, we're taught to pray. Pray. Man shall always pray. Pray without ceasing. Yes. Yes, you want to pray. But prayer is not just you talking and yapping to God, right? It's also being able to sit and hear what God is saying to you. See, in Joshua, it talks about if you are to meditate in the word day and night, what then happens? Then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. So, part of prayer is also meditation, being able to sit and listen to what God is saying to you. Hey, Glenda, being able to sit and expect to hear God give you insight, being able to sit and visualize. That is one of the biggest components of being able to create and manifest what you want spiritually is visualizing what you want. Have you visualized your life making six figures? What does that actually look like? Because until we've made the actual physical connection where you feel it, you see it, and it becomes real to you, it's just another idea. Another idea with no emotion behind it, no energy behind it, and just a thought. But once that thought can now become internalized and you feel it, you see it, and you're specific as to what your life looks like, where you're living, who you're helping, what your tithe looks like. Have you actually seen yourself writing the check of your tithe? Because if you're tithing at least 100,000, right? If your income is 100,000, you know that for the year you're tithing at least $1,000, right? Sorry, $10,000. You're tithing at least $10,000. So have you seen yourself writing the check for your tithe every month? Or perhaps if you guys are electronically doing it, using the app to give, however you do it, have you seen that? Have you seen yourself being able to have money set aside just to invest and having money to pay off your debts? What does that six-figure life look like for you? Only you can determine that. And part of that is by being able to visualize that lifestyle. Visualization is very spiritual, right? Being able to see the end from the beginning, just like God, right? God is the Alpha and the Omega. So, the divine feminine woman, when it comes to creating the life that she wants, the business, the six figures this year, it comes from being able to spiritually tap in, being able to take time out to hear what God is telling her concerning her business, right? So take time out to spiritually decree and declare what you want, realizing that your words have power. And when you speak those things that be not as though they were, they have to be. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. Your tongue, you have life and death in the power of your tongue. So if you speak life, life has to come about. The words that we speak are both spirit and life, right? So keeping that in mind. Number two, when it comes to the divine feminine woman being able to tap in and create these six figures, the other thing that she's doing rather than just hustling and trying to go out there and hunt, she is attracting the divine opportunities and the people to get it done. Attracting divine opportunities and people. What does that look like? That looks like being able to go out one day, not know anyone in a particular area that you're going to. And then you end up going to a restaurant, maybe to an event, and people are just drawn to you. Somebody may come compliment you about your hair. Someone else may come and compliment you about your smile. Someone else may come and compliment you about your shoes. But whatever it is that you're doing, just your being causes people to be attracted to you. There's a certain type of energy that you exude out into the world, and people want to be a part of it. People want to be a part of whatever you're doing simply because they love your energy. They love how you make them feel. So, because you exude this certain type of energy out into the world, you receive opportunities. Because one of the key components about being a feminine woman is the fact that you're able to receive, the fact that you are able to receive. So, opportunities will be presented to you just off of the strength of who you are. Just off of the strength of who you are. Hi, Nana. And so you have to think about that. What energy am I exuding into the world? When I walk into an atmosphere, can people feel that I'm happy? Can people feel that I'm enjoyed? Can people feel like I'm going to make their life better by just being a part of whatever it is that I'm doing? Can people look at you? Can people watch a video? Forget just being in person, right? Can people feel your energy through a screen? Just the other day, I was doing a three-way call with my business mentor and a new business partner. And my mentor asked my business partner, well, what made you decide to work with Sharita? Why did you say yes to this opportunity? And they said, well, it was her energy. And that, my friends, is through a screen. So you can imagine what it's like in person. And the same goes for you women that are watching. Your energy creates opportunities for you. It brings the right people into your life. You attract the opportunities that you're believing for, the things that you are visualizing in your time of prayer, of your time of manifesting, the time of hearing what God was sharing with you, tapped in and now created someone to share with you a video, for someone to share with you a book idea, for someone to share with you why they want to invest in your business. Whatever it is, you've created that opportunity by attracting the right people. There is something about you that says, hey, if I'm connected to her, I believe I'm going to win. Right? Now, the third thing that the divine feminine woman does to create six figures, right, is that she listens to God to be creative. Feminine energy is very creative. In our natural feminine disposition, we create. Women are creative beings. Think about it. We create meals, we create atmospheres in our home, we make our house into a home, right? We know how to do our daughter's hair and make her look pretty, put the proper dresses on. We create in our wardrobe. We are creative beings by nature. By divine nature, God made us creative. So, our creative juices, when it comes to doing business, when it comes to writing the deals, when it comes to writing the book, when it comes to saying yes to different opportunities, our divine nature as creatives brings us the money. Our ability to create and see things totally differently, where someone who is more logical and in their way of thinking missed a whole opportunity, we see the missing gap. We see what will add a little Poof, a little pizzazz to it. That's what we do. That is our gift. And so the woman who knows how to tap into her divine feminine nature, she is able to be able, yes, Megan, she is able to create. And in her ability to create, she makes the money. She makes the money because she was able to see things outside of the box. When you're able to live life outside the box, you will always make money because you are solving problems that people can't solve literally or logically. Your ability to see a square and turn it into a triangle without moving it is what gets you the money, right? And lastly, one of the other things that the divine feminine woman does to create six figures is that she works smarter, not harder. She works smarter, not harder. A lot of us have been taught to work hard. And in that working hard, we toil, we toil. We work 12 hours, 14 hours, 16-hour days, working super hard. Yet, what happens is that we're burned out. So because you're burned out, you're not tapping into anything creative. Your creative juices can't even flow because you've been tapped in most of the day into your masculine energy, having to go out there and hunt and move and get it done and close the deal and secure the bag and do all these things, being super rough, that you have not been able to be creative in anything. You've not been able to look at the opportunity and say, you know what? Everyone went left. Let me try going right. Let me see what would happen if I added this instead of doing it that way. You can't do that because you're burned out. See, that is the problem with toiling. Toiling is also part of the curse, but that's a totally different video. But when you're out there super aggressive and toiling, and the energy behind it is almost desperation, you miss your ability to receive, which is the natural posture of the divine feminine woman, is that she is the receiver. Women naturally, physically, we are the receivers. So, how can you begin to receive if you're pushing out by operating in your masculine and aggressive nature? What's supposed to come to you, you've blocked it. You've blocked it. And so, if you can tap into your posture of being able to readily receive. Tap into your creative ability to see things outside the box. Tap into being able to be in your spiritual side of things, be able to visualize what you want, be able to decree what you want, be able to hear the instructions of what you're doing, being led by your spirit and not just your intellect. You will win every single time. I cannot tell you how many things and people, literally, that I have manifested in my life simply because I chose to tap into my spiritual side, visualizing it, seeing it before it ever happened, feeling it before it ever happened, speaking it before it ever happened. And literally it was. This is not what I'm reading from a book, y'all. This is how I live. Literally. I can tell you right now, I visualize traveling the country with Les Brown, and then it happened. I visualized myself being a best-selling author, and it happened. I visualized myself living in exactly the building that I live in, the luxury apartment that I live in New York City. Before anyone had ever lived in this building, I visualized it, and I got it. And so when you are able, as a divine feminine woman that you are, that's your power. Don't get it twisted. That is your true power. And yes, as I stated before, there are times when you may need to tap into your masculine, but don't neglect or don't sit on your true power of being feminine. That energy, that ability to influence, the ability to influence others into creating, into being more, the ability to inspire people to use their gifts and talents to aid you in your call and purpose, the ability to make people feel as if they're amazing around you. So now they want to be around you. Now they want to do business with you. Now they want to be in relationships with you. Hello, somebody. All of that is by being able to tap into the divine nature of who you are in your femininity, right? And so tonight, if you're one of those people that have been looking for ways to create those six figures, who have been looking for ways to have a better life and tap in and want more and do more, this whole video is for you. This entire video is for you because there are a slew of us that are doing it, and we want you to be a part. I said that this year I am helping 20 individuals create six figures, and I'm almost at that mark to where we're almost halfway there with the 20 people. So the question then becomes, will you be one of them? Are you one of those people that can identify the divine opportunities that come your way that you've been praying for? Are you one of those people? Can you see it happening for you? Can you receive it? If so, you need to get in my inbox. You need to get in my inbox, join the movement, and truly see how at the end of this year, what we have set ourselves to do will truly manifest, and you will feel that much better that you said yes, all while enjoying your time, having fun, being girly and beautiful, but still getting the work done to attract and create the lifestyle that you want. So if that's you, you want to get in my inbox and inbox me now, and I'll give you more instruction. Now you got to be ready for real. Don't just be in my inbox just to play. Okay, we don't play. We get it done. But if you're watching from YouTube, go ahead and email SharitaLeon@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook, inbox me, and we can get to working. So I thank you so much for watching me tonight. Until next time, only believe until the end and go get your life. Be blessed, everybody.
I'm a millionaire, money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it. I'm a millionaire.
Get your money. Get your money.